Okay, by popular request, because thanks to Alex from Alpha Destiny, all of a sudden I have hundreds of new subscribers interested in the redonkulous weights I lift, etc. And what I'm getting is a lot of questions about training style, like, you know, do I have a routine? What kind of training style do I follow? Stuff like that. So, you know, someone just flat out asked me to make a video, and I thought, yeah, that's what I need to do instead of trying to type different, you know, answers to each person. Let me go over some of the techniques or style or philosophy or whatever it is that I do. And, you know, just like the rest of my channel, it's kind of all over the place like me. But you guys can benefit from this. You know, you've got some good structured plans that you can follow out there from people that are doing it that way. And, you know, so what you can get from me is something different. It's you know, feel free to pick and choose and take any bit of anything that you get from me and apply it, etc. So, training style. I'm not sure I have an exact style. In the last 3 years, let's go with the last 3 years. For about a year and a half, I did nothing but moderate weight with high reps and high sets. I'm talking anywhere from 10 to 30 reps per set, and anywhere from 20 to 60 sets, okay, per muscle group. I'm usually averaging probably 30 sets. I did this to build up satellite cells. I did it to build up the capacity in the muscles to handle more volume. Now, I did gain mass doing this, definitely. Worked quite well for that. I was doing a lot more conventional exercises, your basics, the things that, you know, most everybody does that you can read in a book. And then about a year and a half ago, I shifted into a more creative stage involving higher weights and less volume. More of the stuff I'm making videos about right now, where, you know, I use exercises that I think are very functional. They suit my physiology well, and, you know, I like to lift heavy ass shit, and I always did. From the first time I ever got into strength training as a teenager, I really enjoyed, you know, just straining as hard as I could to see how heavy of an object I could lift. I actually enjoy that a lot, more than the volume type stuff, probably. Because the volume stuff's fun when you're in the mood for it, and I think it's very beneficial to do phases, okay, where you work with volume, because a lot of volume builds more satellite cells into your muscles, and then when you shift back into lifting really heavy, those muscles grow into some, well, they were growing already from the volume to a certain degree, and then I shift back into heavy stuff, and then they grow more. And I can lift more because I have more muscle fibers, you know, maturing, you could say, to work with. So some key things that I'd like to point out is that everybody's bone structure, okay, the geometric angles that the bones, you know, aim and attach to each other, your tendon attachment points, your muscle fiber types in every different muscle group you have on your body, these are all unique. Even on an individual, you'll find that certain muscle groups have a lot different structure of muscle fiber types than other parts of the body. This is why, for me, doing arm feeders, where the weight's light to moderate and I just pump up the arms every day, has gotten me a lot more gains in actual arm size than all the heavy lifting stuff, you know, because, you know, my arms have always been strong like everything else. I can lift a lot with them, but in order to get them to grow the way I want to, I've had to use a little different strategy. You know, even circulation is different in different areas of your body, okay? Your nervous system's unique to you, okay? Your recovery ability. A lot of that has to do with nutrition, detoxification, mindset, mind, body, spirit. I mean, there's so many factors, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. They think that's bad news. That's actually the good news, guys, because what that means is anything you're stuck on, or a body part's lagging, or something's not working as well as you want it to, there's like dozens of other different things you can try, and you will find something that will cause that area of you to respond the way you want it to. So it's good news. There's a way to solve problems. I can probably help some of you with that, at least giving you, if you're feeling stuck in an area, I can give you something to try for a while and observe. If that doesn't work, I can give you another thing to try in that area for a while and observe. And systematically, if you do that, like a scientist, you'll find a method that really causes that area to respond the way you want it to, okay? It's good problem solving, it's good systematic elimination of variables, etc. What else? Now, my training style, okay. Very instinctive, like I haven't even decided what I'm working yet today, okay? I'll kind of relax and just get in the zone and it will come to me. What's most important to me today? Yesterday I did chest, so today I may want to hit shoulders, or I may want to hit back in a different way. I hit my back very often because my back, I love to train it. It has incredible recovery capacity. Sometimes I train my back every day for like 5 days in a row, hitting it different ways, and then I finally take a break. Because to me, your back is the most complex array of different muscles going at different angles to each other. And I think if anything in the whole bodybuilding world, I think people neglect and underdo it on their back more than any other section of their body. This is why when suddenly Dorian Yates comes along and shows people what a real back is, it's like, oh my God, he's a mutant from another planet, because he put in the work that the back deserved. Okay, him and Ronnie and certain guys like that, you know, they showed you what that a back can be twice as thick as bodybuilders were thinking it could be. And really, you know, there's no limits. This is for you to visualize according to whatever your goals are, what matters to you the most. It shouldn't be about what somebody else out there thinks is the right physique or whatever. Most of them are just talkers anyway. It's about your goals, your vision for yourself, okay? I work on this meat sculpture to please me, okay? I don't do it for somebody else's approval. I design it the way I want it to look. I design it to function the way I want it to function, okay? Athletic functional strength and agility and all that's very important to me. So that's a big consideration in my training. That's why for me personally, Jefferson deadlifts and rack pulls are much more important than standard deadlifts and rack pulls where you're standing square-footed, because that's a very unnatural position for anything you do in life that's functional. It's just, if you're going to compete in powerlifting, then by all means you need to be good at that. But for anybody else, you know, I would say try a lot of different options and decide for yourself what's important for you. Again, that's another thing I got to say about Alex from Alpha Destiny. You know, I've been watching him and appreciating his way of thinking and doing things since well before I knew I was going to do any kind of YouTube channel of any kind. Hadn't even occurred to me yet. I like the way he is comfortable with himself. You know, that's a real man, guys. That's no doubt why a lot of you are drawn to his channel. He believes in what he's doing. He has his own vision for it. He does what pleases him, and he shares it with whoever's open to it. You know, he's not trying to build some kind of certain physique that he saw somewhere else that somebody else made him think he needs to build. He's building the one that he envisions, and that's fucking awesome. And I have a lot of respect for that. I have a lot of respect for him for a lot of reasons. But anyway, training style. Okay, so let's say I decide to do some more back today. Now, 2 days ago I did weighted chin-ups and pull-up variations. So I was hanging, I was stretching out my spine, okay? So today if I hit back, it's probably going to be not anything where I'm hanging from a bar. It's probably going to be some totally different angles, like, oh, some variation of rack pulling or some variation of rows. I'm going to attach some links below showing some exercise I invented that are just plain more effective for building thickness in your upper and middle back than any form of rows I've ever seen, as well as how to build upper chest, okay? If you're out there wondering why all the standard exercises for upper pectorals just don't work for you, that was me. I didn't even have an upper chest till, 4 or 5 months ago. I worked my way almost to a 500-pound incline press. Still didn't have an upper chest that was worth a damn, okay? Nice front delts, huge lower chest. Always did have a huge lower and middle chest, but no upper chest. So I had to invent a way of targeting my upper chest. And sure enough, I didn't have bad genetics there. The way my bone structure, muscle structure is, I couldn't hit my upper chest hard with any of the standard exercises that people do. None of them worked for me. So I'm going to attach below a demonstration on what I invented. I'm not saying anybody else out there has never done this. They probably have. It's just that I haven't seen it. So my upper chest shrugs, okay? I'll attach that below. Check it out. Even if you are content with your upper chest the way it's coming along, you can get even more gains with this, and for reasons that will be explained in the video, okay? What else? So yeah, let's say I hit back today. I'm gonna pick a few exercises that are very different from what I did 2 days ago. They may hit some of the same muscles. I'm not afraid to hit the same muscles multiple days, guys. I don't have rules, okay? I don't read in some book, oh, you should only ever do 4 sets of this and then rest for this many days. Are you kidding me? Everybody's completely different. Everybody's nervous system, everybody's fiber types, everybody's mind, body, spirit. You're totally different than anybody else. You got to explore your own self and figure out, hey, for me, sometimes hitting back 5 days in a row from all these different angles is great. And then I take a break and work on other things and my back grows and it's awesome, I don't see that written in any books. It may be, but I don't even care. I'm pulling creativity from the infinite supply of it around me, being one with the force, okay? Legs, alright. Let's say I decided to hit legs today. My last leg workout was kind of higher volume, low to moderate weight. So today I might do something really heavy. I might do some of those, dead squats, I like to call it, where I put a shit ton of weight on the bar and I set the bar on its lowest point where I'm going to go down to that day, and I lift it from there. That way I don't have to unrack 1,000 pounds and try to walk around with it and then do squats and try to walk around with it and re-rack it. To me, that gets crazy after a while when you start going heavy enough. I don't have a team of people here to catch shit when it goes wrong, There's nobody to do that, so I have to be creative. I think of ways to lift a lot of weight without falling over and smashing through the wall into the neighbor's house or something like that, Plus the leg drive you get from starting at the bottom of the squat without that stretch reflex, it just makes you stronger. Okay, it's the same as floor pressing. It makes bench pressing stronger. Deadlifting, okay? There's no stretch reflex there, right? You're starting from the bottom of the lift. You have to supply the brute power in your nervous system to get that weight moving. I find that very functional and useful. And then on lighter squat days, say I'm just going to do a moderate workout with more volume, then I can do normal squats. I can start at the top, I can back up, I can drop down into the squat however deep I want and do however many reps and sets. It's all important, okay? But you don't, if you don't feel like doing squats, good. I go without squats for months sometimes. I don't care. I can do heavy lunges. I can do Bulgarian split squats. I can do one leg band resisted terminal knee extensions. I can do all sorts of things. You can check out my unique leg workout videos, just for a few ideas. But what I'm saying is if you're kind of burned out on an exercise and you don't feel all that passionate about it, you're not going to put your best into that, no matter what anybody says. This is why I go creative all the time. And you know what? You get better gains when you keep switching which exercises and what rep schemes and which position you're doing it in. You keep tweaking things all the time. Your body will be a little bit sore pretty much almost everywhere, or at least this is how it is for me. I'm a little bit sore in most of my muscle groups at any given time. I don't get extremely sore because I've been lifting every day for 3 years straight. I've only missed one day because of a kidney infection. My recovery ability is really high now. If you want some hints on how to get that way, check out the detoxification and the supplementation videos. Okay, that's a really good place to start. There's some information there that if you apply it, you will find that you have the capacity to have vitality levels that you didn't know you could have. Okay, I only get stronger and smarter and sharper each year. Okay, and I watched people around me start going downhill decades ago because that's the way they think. Oh, I'm getting old and falling apart. And if that's your mindset, it's going to come true. You're going to make it true. It's going to be self-fulfilling. And the world, that's the mindset of the world. Okay? The more you can get away from all that and be your own creator of your own reality, the more you're going to be able to do things that people don't understand how you do it. Okay? Alright, what else? Training style, training style. No rules. That's my training style. If I plan something the day before, like I'm really looking forward to doing, trap bar deadlifts tomorrow. But then when I start doing the trap bar deadlifts, something just doesn't feel as good as it could. I rethink it. I take a break. I just go breathe, let it go for a while. And a newer and better idea comes to me about what I could be doing that day. So I would not limit myself to any particular plan. It's okay for me to have a vague, sort of a constructive plan about what I might be doing the next few days. But if something's not clicking right when I go to do it, I go, okay, this isn't the right day for this exercise. Let me reassess. And I relax for a while, and I get some new creative ideas. And I come down here to my dungeon, and I try it, and I see if I'm really feeling it. And if I'm really feeling it, and my passion comes alive for that exercise, that's where I'm going to get the most results that day. So I pour that passion into that activity, okay? I find that not having rules and systems works better for me, is what I'm saying. Now, if any of you would like to ask for specific advice about a specific body part, whether you just want to get stronger there or you want to build some mass there, explain what you've been doing, and your thoughts and observations of that, and then I can troubleshoot. I can give you some good ideas, some things to try. And the best thing, guys, learning how to observe better. Observe the results you're getting from something honestly, and then assess accordingly. It doesn't matter if so-and-so over here got ginormous, muscles from doing a certain exercise. If it's not really doing that for you, no doubt there's a different version of an exercise for that body group, that muscle, that area. A different exercise or a different approach that will work better for you. You no doubt have different fiber types, different tendon attachment points in that area than that other person. So it doesn't always serve you well to just do something that worked really well for somebody else. And then I see people get discouraged. Oh, well, I just have shitty genetics. Not true. That's not what it is. Just like I said, I didn't even have an upper chest that was worth even looking at. Okay, it was just flat. And I had to invent an exercise to target mine properly, and then it grew like crazy in a short amount of time. Okay? It's all about mastering yourself. Okay? What works for so-and-so is going to work to some degree for you, but there's always a way that you can keep tweaking it and adjusting it that'll make it even better for you. Now, disclaimer. I got to throw in a disclaimer just to be smart. Anything you guys see, any activity or exercise or anything I do, if you want to do it, that's great. Be an adult and take responsibility for yourself, okay? You have to. If you pull something or tweak something or whatever, you can't blame the person that showed you the exercise. I can't tell you how many times I've injured myself doing things, and the last thing on my mind was trying to blame whoever I learned that exercise from. That's ridiculous, okay? If you're going to do anything, and this applies to anything in life, you need to accept responsibility for yourself. That's how you become more empowered anyway, is when you accept that you're the one creating your experience. So Feel free to use anything you see on this channel and benefit from it. But pay attention to your body, okay? Pay attention to your body. If something doesn't suit your physiology and it just feels wrong, I would say don't do it, okay? That's how I train. I don't care what other people say about, oh, you have to do this exercise and you have to do this. No, you don't. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Figure out what works best for you. That's my advice. Try these things. Some of you are going to benefit greatly from trying some of these outside-the-box approaches or exercises that nobody ever showed you before. Some of you are going to love it, what you can do with that. But again, if it doesn't feel right to you, you need to pay attention to your own body. That's most important. Do not hurt yourself and then blame somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Accept responsibility, and you'll be, accept your own power, okay? Those two come hand in hand. What else can I give you guys? One of these days I'll show a calf video. Now my calves are behind everything else because, like any noob, I trained for decades without without giving my calves the attention they deserved. But I have made gains with them pretty quickly, so I can show some of the things I do in my little dungeon, because obviously I don't have fancy calf machines, right? And I don't need them. You don't need that. You just need an understanding of geometry and leverages and work ethic and creativity. You can build just as good of muscles as anybody who gets to go sit in an air-conditioned room and read their magazine while they do this with their calves. And then you get kicked out of the gym if you dare to lift anything heavy and grunt, because now you're intimidating. But I don't want to get off on that rant. So yeah, there's going to continue to be videos. Anything that I help, I think might inspire or motivate or just be fun to watch, and things that are creative that you don't see, okay, that can solve problems for some of you. So you don't have to be limited in a certain muscle group and think, oh, I must just have bad genetics there. No, you don't. You just haven't figured out what works for that area of your body yet. That's all. So hit me up with any specific questions about stuff like that. I'm not saying stop any program you're on. If you're on a program and you're getting good gains for it, while something's working, I'd say keep doing it. Ride that wave as far as it goes, okay? But say there's some muscle group on you that's not responding, it's lagging, or it's just missing the benefits of that program. It's not working for that area. I could probably troubleshoot that for you, give you some ideas. What to do on the side, separately, for that specific part of your body to get it to develop better. And I'm not saying the first thing I would offer you will work, because we don't know. We don't know what your muscle fiber types are, your tendon attachment points, etc., until we try some different methods and observe what happens, and then we'll figure it out. This is why you hear these never-ending arguments, volume training versus high-intensity training. Why is there even a versus? Obviously both things work to different degrees for different people at different times. So there's some benefits to be had for anyone from both those systems, okay? And probably any other system. Just be expansive in your thinking and you'll be more expansive in your physiology. You know what I'm saying? Alright. That's probably it for now. I don't want this video to be crazy long. I gotta go meditate on what I'm gonna lift today and how, you know what I mean? So this is just a part one. We can do more videos about this. You guys give me some more questions or anything like that based off of this video, and we'll go from there, okay? Hit me up with them, guys. Challenge me if you want to. Challenge me to help you troubleshoot some things. But remember, at the end of the day, it's on you. You need to have the passion and the love for yourself to figure out what suits your body best, okay? At any given time, and that can change. You do high volume for a while, you may get good growth, and then it might sort of stall out. That probably means it's time to go HIT style for a while, right? Not that I subscribe to any particular system, just throwing these out there as examples, okay? Sometimes you need to take a big step with your right foot to move forward. But then if you keep trying to hop on your right foot, you're going to slow down. Sometimes then it's time to take a big step with your left foot, right? This is kind of like that too, to me. That's the way I see it. So, specific areas you want to go overkill, okay? You want to blow up a certain area of your body more than the rest. I've been doing that to my upper back lately. That's why I showed that video. You can do that to any part of your body, okay? Again, who cares what somebody else thinks about how your sculpture should look? If you have a specific area you'd like to just blow up like crazy, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If it suits you, if it serves you, if it's your creative envisionment, don't let anybody else wreck it for you. They're just being insecure if they try to say, oh, you need to look like so-and-so or look like them or any other nonsense. That's all insecure shit. Create your own vision for what you want. If you want any specifics from me about how to blast that area, maybe in some ways nobody thought of yet, or some things you haven't tried, let me know. Alright? So let's go from there, guys. Sound good? Alright.